Oh, it's amazing.
This is what you come to Everest Base Camp and the Himalayas in Nepal for.
This is the Everest Base Camp trek, part 2. Finally, we made it to Lamboche, which is directly under Everest Base Camp. We woke up at sunrise to hightail it to the actual campsite. This is where the people who are planning to climb Everest stay for 3 months before the climb. The EBC, at the bottom of the tallest mountain in the world. We were lucky enough to be here at the beginning of May, which is right around summiting time, so the energy was buzzing with anticipation and preparation. And the scenery was stunning, obviously. Snow and ice everywhere. Holy shit. Everest Base Camp is set up over a moraine of a decrepit glacier 17,600 feet above sea level, and this camp only exists during the climbing season. Every year, expeditions come out and set up their tents for the 2 to 3 month stay at the base of the mountain. It was a winter wonderland.
Yeah, honestly, it looks like a Lindsay river that I really want to get. The color is unreal.
During the other parts of the year, it's empty. Humans don't live here, and I can see why. It's gorgeous, but harsh. So much about this area is dangerous. Getting here, being here, and staying here all present a serious calculated risk. But it's pretty, so pretty. Huge icicles and tiny bright colored tents. And just when we thought the day couldn't possibly get any better, a helicopter flies in. This is rare and super dangerous. It has to be someone important who knows the mountains. REINHOLD MESSNER, climbing legend who is widely regarded as the best and most badass climbers in the world. He's amazing, but we didn't get much time to chat because right as his chopper flew away, a storm started to roll in. Nothing like mountain weather.
That's thunder. I had enough time to grab my camera out of my pocket, put it through settings, turn it on, and it was still thundering. That's how long these cracks are.
Yeah, we got dumped on, covered in snow, white out, and so much ice. This actually could have been a somewhat dangerous situation, but we made it back to our tea house just in time. So after we warmed up by the yakdung fire, the next day we woke up before sunrise and climbed up a mountain in the pitch dark to see sunrise over Everest and the Everest region from Kalabatar. There she is, Everest herself. Perfection. I, of course, needed to take a photo in front of Everest drinking an Everest beer in my Everest t-shirt. Yep, Everest turned me into a tourist, a prop-holding, selfie-taking tourist. But you know what? I'm not even ashamed. And if it's gonna be anything, it might as well be mountains, right? So Everest actually isn't the highest looking mountain in this shot. See that high jaggedy peak? Yeah, she's not that. She's the middle one. It's an optical illusion for sure. So after a few days in the Everest Base Camp area, we decided to make our way back down to Lukla instead of doing the 3 passes trek. And we did that for a few different reasons. Learning the fact that my body does not acclimatize properly and the fact that we were already behind schedule. And do you see what we were wearing? Like, I'm in a vest and a windbreaker with sunglasses and tennis shoes, and Kathy is not dressed much better. Like, this hike that we were planning on going is actually like a real hardcore hike where people were wearing like crampons and you're hiking across frozen tundra. We kind of realized that maybe it was pushing the boundaries of our capabilities a little bit, and after already taking so long just to get to Everest Base Camp because of my anti-acclimatizing ass, I kind of figured that maybe that was not the best idea to go so balls out this time. So we hiked down, back to the towns we'd already passed through, making amazing time on our trip back down to Lukla. And this is actually where everything got really, really crazy, and I have 5 of these hard drives, and I have looked through every single one over the past 4 days looking for the footage for the next 6 days of this trek, and I can't find it anywhere. But this is when shit went down, and when I do find it, I will elaborate on the story. But basically, a storm hit, Katie took a helicopter out, I got stuck, there were no flights, I ended up having to hike out for like 3 days. I had a panic attack, which is the one and only panic attack I've ever had in my entire life. Had to take a Jeep for at least a day. It was actually insane, like one of the craziest experiences, and I have photos and video to back it up, but I can't find it. Like, it's the one thing that I can't find. So one day I will properly tell you that story. Today is not that day. However, what we will say is that Kathy and I eventually met back up at Kathmandu. I had my first proper shower in 3 weeks. I was so happy to be back to civilization, be able to order whatever I wanted at a restaurant. It was like being in the lap of luxury. And then we went to Pokhara for a few days just to relax. I went paragliding, and then we took a boat out and just kind of kicked back for a little bit until I caught my last flight out of Kathmandu to my last country, which is Iceland. Coming up next is Iceland, the Blue Lagoon, volcano hopping, and puffins. Subscribe now for new videos every week, and thanks for watching.